Yeah, so this is the primary. Now the one that came out of it was the old style, a yarn type filter. Sat down in there like so. It was in horrible condition, as you can see. The inside of this housing was just terrible, all rusty, just terrible. So and lots of sludge. So I dug and dug and dug and cleaned and cleaned and cleaned till I finally got rid of everything. Got that all cleaned up. There's a little petcock that goes in the bottom of it to drain to drain the bowl, should you ever need to, in case you got some water in there or something. You can just open this petcock and drain that water off. But the replacement filters appear to be metal cartridges, which is fine as long as it fits fine. It's obviously a lot shorter, but they send this big thick cork gasket with it, and it looks like with that it will be pretty close to the same height. So we'll go with it. I guess we don't have much to lose. There's no top or bottom to this because the flow just goes evidently in it. How does that work? Let's see. So it comes, oh yeah, it comes down here through a fitting right here, like this. So that should be fuel in, I believe. Get that started. So that should be fuel in, and dumps it down into the housing. It then gets pulled up or pushed up through a little port. Let's see if you can see that. It's right behind that stud. There's a little port right there. Pushes it up into here where it goes through the next stage of filtration. So let's just start here. So that just sits in there. Then there is a gasket, a rubber gasket, goes here. And let's see if we can get that all captured in there properly. Okay. So there's a big nut that goes down in there and pulls that all together. Okay, so that goes like so. Simple as that. So that's stage one. So then, like I say, fuel gets pushed up through this hole. This fitting goes down here on the bottom, which barely clears that housing. Oh my gosh. In fact, that may not. I may have to take that off in order to orient that fitting in there properly. Let's see. Yeah, I don't remember exactly how that. I'm going to leave these things kind of loose in there until I put it actually on the tractor, because I am going to bend new copper line because the other ones were pretty gunked up, so and pretty messed up. So I got new copper to put on there. So then the final filter. So this was primary. This is secondary or final, and it is a cartridge type like this. This was the one that came out of it. Replacement one, I'm a little suspect of. It seems to be okay, but I am not sure that it is quite the right one. It barely fits, Matter of fact, yeah, I don't know. I just don't think it is the right one. It would go on this way, and that gasket just, it's a very thin gasket. This gasket, you can see, is like 1/4 inch, 5/16 wide. The ones that came with this new gasket they're not even 1/4 of an inch wide. They're like 1/8 of an inch, 3/16 maybe. And I just don't think that's enough sealing to catch that. Yeah, there's just too much play there. I think that's going to leak. I don't think that is the right filter. So we'll take a trip back to the parts store. What I did was, this is probably my fault, I took my old the shop manual, parts breakdown with all the old case numbers, and I cross-referenced them online, and then I called the O'Reilly's, who carries Wicks, and gave them all the part numbers. They ordered exactly what I asked for, but I think something got lost in cross-referencing here. So I'll try to get one exactly like this. But in any case, it just goes on, and this spring goes down there, then a washer, then this assembly goes on there, and then this bolt, this cap goes down in and captures everything and kind of spins on there and holds everything together. Yeah, so I gotta get that just not right. So, and this also has a little bleeder here to bleed air out of the system. Yeah, so then it does have a little drain as well for this housing. This one, believe it or not, is plastic, which is weird, but it is. It's got little knurls on it so you can open it with your fingers. Got a little rubber washer. So that goes on there. So once it's all together, that is the assembly. And 3 bolt holes to hold it onto the block, or 3 bolts to hold it onto the block. And yeah, it'll be just as simple as that. So I'll come back when I get the right filter for that. And then once again, we're going to be bending all new lines. Nice new stick, 4 feet of 3/8 copper line, and going to be replacing these. So this is a supply line, I believe, going in there something like this, and then this goes from here to the injector pump. If I'm pretty sure goes to the injector pump. Well, I mean, I know it goes to the injector pump, but I can't remember how it's routed. So this is probably okay, but I don't know if you can tell, it's been over tightened and there's grooves. It has pinched everything down. I've got new neoprene grommets for it. This old one, somebody, I don't know if you can tell, but somebody actually brazed this up in the field. It must have rubbed through or something. So they brazed it for a field fix and got it going. And it's all, they're all pinched down too. So that's going to be new. This is going to be new. But I can't really do that until I've got it on the tractor so I can make sure and align it properly. So, yeah, so the only thing we're short now is the proper secondary filter for this. So I'll get that, and we'll get that stuck on, and another assembly down. Okay, I think we got the right fuel filter now. It was a bit of a struggle, but do a little run around, but we finally found it, I think. So got a Napa filter. Now I just got to make sure I put it on here right. This end towards, okay, so it goes this way. Goes on like so. And get the bolt started in there. Turn that housing on there. Okay. There, we're all fuel filtered up. Got the primary and finally found the right secondary or final. Bleeder screw. Tighten that down. Drain. Got to tighten up. Actually, I better tighten that headcock in there. Okay, tighten that dude in there. Make sure that that's good. All right, all that's left now is to orient the fittings once I have it bolted onto the tractor. Get those all squared away. I'm pretty sure this one will just end up, this one just needs to be turned around, come out this direction. This one, I believe, will stay in about that because it makes an S-shaped deal into the injection pump. So, okay, fuel filter's done.